Well, hi there, food friends. It's Kevin.
I'm Ralph, the guy behind the camera.
And welcome to Cavalcade of Food. And today, Ralph, we are making a pineapple casserole.
Wow, a Southern classic.
Southern classic. And a great, if I can use the French, accoutrement to ham.
Oh.
And anything sort of salty or entree, or just as a side dish for anything. This is often something served around Easter time when a lot of people have ham, but it's certainly not reserved for a ham dinner.
Is that because of the pineapple?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just whenever you want to do something a little bit different.
And sweet and salty classically go together.
Totally. And this has both of those elements. So let's start with the sweet, which is pineapple. And I've got two 20-ounce cans here of pineapple chunks. Now, if you didn't have pineapple chunks on hand, Ralph, you could use the same size can, but they make kind of these smaller chunks called tidbits.
What about crushed pineapple?
You could use those. You could use crushed pineapple, would be absolutely fine, but you just want to drain that juice off. Okay, now we're going to whoop pineapple overboard. We're going to use a little of that juice, so we want to reserve it. But whether crushed, tidbits, chunks, any form of pineapple is great here. And you know, I have been loving fresh pineapple lately. A couple of the stores have had it on sale, and there's just nothing better than a fresh pineapple. You know that?
Yeah, it's good. You've been on a pineapple kick for a couple
Yes.
years at least.
I have, and I would say pineapple's probably up there with one of my favorite flavors.
Well, it's a cool fruit because it's so unusual, unique, and it's just its look, you know, with the
Yes,
spiky
it's beautiful
stuff, and then the texture, and then you can really tell when it's ripe because it shows its color.
It gets that golden color, yeah.
And it's a sign of hospitality in a lot of cultures.
It is, and it was certainly a sign in colonial times here of hospitality. And so it's all good. And I just love the flavor. I just love pineapple,
Yeah,
the
that
flavor of it.
sweetness.
You wonder, though, when you look at the fruit itself, you wonder who thought, you know what, let's eat that.
A brave soul. Because it's so spiky. It's sort
Yes,
of,
right.
sort of
It's
daring
kind of
you.
intimidating.
It's
But
sort of-
once you learn how to
Cut into it, yeah.
peel it, whatever.
But the outside kind of dares you to cut into
Yes.
it. Like, don't touch me.
We should do a pineapple episode where we
Cut one.
demonstrate how to best
Oh.
cut it and core it and all
Yeah,
that
that's
stuff.
a great
That might
idea
be
because
fun.
you've gotten quite good at that.
So, anyways, back to our pineapple casserole, Ralph. Here's our pineapple in the bowl. I got 1 cup of sugar here, okay? So,
As if it wasn't sweet
if
enough.
it wasn't sweet enough, we're gonna, again, this is our friend Hans in North Carolina. And Hans, I'm sure you're gonna watch this at some point because he generally watches the videos. Hans, you gave me your recipe for pineapple casserole a long time ago. You think I could find it? But this is another one I've had, which I liked. So, but boy, Hans makes a nice pineapple casserole. And I can't remember, though, if he uses chunks or crushed.
Well, it was a highlight a few years back on our trip to visit him and Donald and our other friends in that area and your brother. And he made this wonderful southern spread, and I had never had a pineapple casserole. And you know me, I love kind of crazy, salty,
Yes.
sweet, weird
I know
combinations.
you were all about
All
it.
about it.
And yeah, Hans put out a spread for us, and when we were at his house, and oh, it was just fabulous.
And before you think Kevin's, doing too much with the sugar, let me show you. There's also going to be some savory
Yes.
elements to this casserole.
So, all right, there's the sugar is all but pretty much dissolved now into the pineapple, and it kind of makes this syrup, or I'll say it this how my brother says it, syrup.
Slurp, is that Southern?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
See how it didn't take any time to dissolve that sugar. In there.
Okay. Now, what I've got here is 1/3 of a cup of self-rising flour. Now, this is going to help thicken up the juice, the liquid in the
okay.
juice.
Right.
So we're going to stir that flour in there, and we just want that to get nice and dissolved. If you didn't have self-rising flour, you could just use regular flour. But if you have the self-rising, use that. So we're just going to stir that in. Again, there it is. Ralph, when I make an apple pie, or I usually put a little flour in there because it helps thicken up the
filling.
liquid. Okay, so now we've got our sugar, we've got our flour. Here's 1.25 cups of sharp cheddar cheese.
I think you're trying to say shredded and cheddar at the same time.
Shredded cheddar cheese. One of our food friends who live in the UK commented recently when I was using cheddar cheese in something that says, one day you should enjoy real cheddar cheese, which is not orange. And yes, in other parts of the world, especially the UK, it's sort of a pale yellow color. But here in the US, for whatever reason, someone started adding beta carotene, which gives it that kind of color to it. That makes it orange color. Maybe people thought it looked too much like butter or something, and they wanted to differentiate. There's probably some interesting food history there. Okay, so we've got pineapple, sugar, flour, cheese. Okay, let's just set that up over here now. So I have got, Ralph, 1 full sleeve of Ritz crackers, which I have crushed up in the sleeve. Isn't that handy?
Yeah. By hand did you crush it?
Yes,
or use a
I
hammer?
just did this, okay? Now, I have another half sleeve here in the bowl, which I will crush. My hands are clean, which I will crush. Always wash my hands before we start an episode. Very conscious of that, and I just think that's just a good practice. So we're just going to crush these up here, okay? So that's a half a sleeve, and then I've got the full sleeve here.
So a sleeve and a half.
Sleeve and a half.
Is what it takes. Is that going to go right into this mixture?
It's not going to go in, it's going to go on.
On top. Oh,
on
okay.
top. But over here now, I've got a stick of melted butter. And I'm going to pour this butter over those Ritz crackers. How's that?
That's very decadent.
And, the crackers already kind of have a buttery flavor, but this just amps it up a little bit.
Kicks it up a notch and makes it even more healthy.
And you want to get those cracker kind of moistened here with the butter,
right.
see?
Well, nobody seems to know where pineapple casserole originated or how it originated, but they think it was in the 50s when there was such a proliferation of convenience foods and the casserole craze kind of took off.
Right, and canned pineapple,
But it was never anything up here in the north that I was
No,
familiar with.
that's not a dish we ever saw growing up. Too bad for us, because, okay.
But if our food friends had an experience with pineapple casserole growing up, let us know. Maybe,
Yeah, or
maybe it's just a regional thing for us, but maybe other places in the north had it.
or if you have a savory use for pineapple, share that. Ralph sometimes calls me Mr. Pineapple.
Because he's so prickly.
No, because I'm a ham.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, but prickly's probably right too. Okay, so anyways, Ralph, now we've got our casserole dish here. This is not a 9 by 13, although you could use it. This is a little smaller. This is a 12 by 8. How's that? So it's a little bit smaller than a 9 by 13, but it will do.
So you sprayed it, did you say?
I sprayed it with nonstick spray. Let's put our pineapple and all
chunks.
that good stuff here in.
Can we eat it just like that, please?
You know, you probably could.
Except for the raw flour. But gosh, it looks like a side.
So if I didn't
Fun
say
side.
already that the oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Now, I'm going to take a little bit more of this pineapple juice that we got over here, Ralph, and I'm going to ladle a little bit more in here. Let's call this about a half a cup or so, okay? And we're just gonna.
And that, we'll probably just keep it from drying out.
Yeah, we just want it, and it, you know, again, it's gonna mix with the flour and stuff. So hopefully,
Thicken up.
it'll thicken up. Okay, now we've got our crackers, our buttered, crumbled crackers, and we're gonna do like this here.
Wow, this is so easy, and almost reminds me of when I make my one-pan cobbler that I
Oh yeah,
I discovered
Ralph's
this
famous one.
I like easy recipes.
Easy breezy peach cobbler.
But this looks just as easy and delicious and fun.
Okay, so we're gonna kind of
Spread
this out evenly,
The butter
and the
crumb.
crackers will absorb some of that wonderful juice,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. So that's all in, folks. We're done. Okay. Now let me just do a quick little wash here with my hands. I don't want that casserole to slip. We're going to put it, and we're going to bake it for 30 minutes at 350 degrees.
Only Kevin can get away with wearing a tie and shorts.
It's hot. Okay.
Still summer.
So, all right. Let's see. 30 minutes on the timer. We'll be back. Pineapple casserole.
Southern classic.
So, Ralph, it's been 30 minutes.
So I smell.
And this whole place smells like pineapple.
And
doesn't it?
butter.
And butter, yes. And oh, look at that.
Wow, that looks great. So you didn't
Look
even
at that beautiful crust.
You didn't even have to put it under the broiler?
No. And this is what you want to see. You want to see this sort of nice, golden, toasty
Topping.
Ritz cracker. Yeah. So now it's always the hardest part, waiting.
Well,
but we are going to let it cool, let it kind of tighten up a little bit.
I noticed you didn't do the toothpick test.
It's not necessary for this, unlike a cake or something like that. This will be fine, but we are going to let it simmer down and cool, and then we'll come back and we're going to
Give it the old taste
dig
test.
in.
All right, can't wait.
Well, Ralph, what do you think?
I think it's time.
I think it is too. Oh, still smells so good.
Oh, it sure does.
So let's go in for a little corner. It's still warm.
Those big chunks. You might need a bigger spoon.
Well, You see how that's thickened up,
Yeah.
right? That's the flour doing its job.
Yep. The filling, the juice.
Now again, we use chunks, so I'm gonna actually maybe cut that just in case it's really still hot, but it should be. It's cooled enough. Just stop it right now with this pineapple goodness. Wow. So good. Sweet, buttery, soft,
Little savory. You
crunchy,
getting the cheese?
savory. Oh my gosh.
All right, you're killing me. When do I get to try some?
Right now. Here's your own spoon. How's that? Can you handle the camera and the spoon at the same time? I don't want to overtax. So, are you showing our friends?
I'm going
Now,
in.
that's Ralph's big bite.
Ow.
Oh, it's hot.
The chunk is a little hot, but wow.
How good is that?
I could really see that going well with ham, or
Yes.
'cause especially with the big chunks, because you're really getting a lot of that pineapple goodness.
Yeah,
And
this is seriously
a
good.
little bit of that cheese to give it just a slight saltiness, but it is.
And it's like a trip back to Hans's house.
Well, this would just be so perfect for family gatherings of any kind, and for holidays or treats. You know, a side dish. It doesn't always have to go with a ham, but it could be a wonderful side dish for just about any meal.
Gosh, that's good. Oh my gosh.
That would go with a bologna sandwich.
Why not? So, you could see it was a snap to make.
Yes.
And look, if you don't like pineapple, this isn't for you. But anybody else would love this dish. Great with ham, again. Even any pork, I think, would be good. Pork chops.
Anything savory, like a chicken, or any.
And
it's
you
a
know,
great side.
I think I'm making chicken for dinner tonight.
Well, this will go perfectly
So
with
I'm
that.
it's all coming together in my little brain right now. And
that-
this will be perfect.
And that prickly little brain of yours. That pineapple head.
Pineapple head. Anyways, so it was good. It is good. Easy to make and certainly easy to eat.
And
So-
perfect for us as a team, because he's a ham and I'm super sweet.
There you go. All right, you heard it here first, folks. Anyways, I would say this. The recipe is in the description below the video. The website, Ralph, do you know what it is? Cavalcadeoffood.com.
We
Okay.
really appreciate you out there watching and passing the word around.
And thank you for those who have subscribed.
Yeah.
And
Keep on watching.
Yeah, keep on, and we're going to keep on keeping on, and we're going to look forward to seeing you again soon back here at the Cavalcade of Croswell and Cavalcade of Food. Until then, take care, everybody. Thanks, Ralph.
Aloha.
Bye.
Bye.